The NGX All-Share Index and market capitalization appreciated by 3.11% to close the week at 51,251.06 and 27.915 trillion naira respectively. The market opened for 3 trading days last week as the federal government of Nigeria declared Monday 26th and Tuesday 27th December 2022 public holidays to mark the Christmas celebration. A total turnover of 1.880 billion shares worth 18.988 billion naira in 12,036 deals were traded last week by investors on the floor of the exchange, in contrast to a total of 860.933 million shares valued at 16.134 billion naira that exchanged hands last week in 14,502 deals. The financial services industry, measured by volume, led the activity chart with 1.719 billion shares valued at 8.755 billion naira traded in 6,172 deals, thus contributing 91.40% and 46.11% to the total equity turnover volume and value respectively. The conglomerate industry followed with 27.506 million shares worth 79.195 million naira in 355 deals. The third place was the oil and gas industry with a turnover of 24.367 million shares worth 2.203 billion naira in 758 deals. Trading in the top three equities, namely Sovereign Trust Insurance PLC, Veritas Capital Assurance PLC, and FBN Holdings PLC, measured by volume, accounted for 1.149 billion shares worth 3.469 billion naira in 205 deals, contributing 61.11% and 18.27% to the total equity turnover volume and value respectively. Joining us for more on this is Ambrose Omodio. Ambrose Omodio is the Chief Research Officer at Investor Consulting. He's right here with me in the studio. Thanks for joining us today and Happy New Year to you.
Thanks for having me. Same, my here.
All right, so let's look at equities in 2022. Let's have your overview generally, or let's say a review of the equities market in 2022. Very quickly, in summary.
Good one. It's a good market for traders and investors in the market. Close positive to rank one of the best markets in the world, Africa and global, which is a good one. But I will ask investors one or two questions just before I go on.
Okay.
Have you made money? Or have you lost money?
I think I've
are you building or your fund is depreciating? Oh, what happened is that the market for 2022 was a mixed market that really closed positive. But if you have lost money, this is the time for you to sit back and say, look at your strategy. Most people in the market, they want to just follow the bandwagon effect in the market because Mr. A is buying, let me just jump into the market. This is time for you to have what a good investing or trading goal to guide you in the new year, because the new year is just fresh. As I speak now, most of the markets across the globe are closed for today because of new year. And from tomorrow, market will not take another dimension for the new year. But investors will use these few days to sit down and look at what has happened in 2022. Did I get it right? If I get it right, all my strategies that I applied should be fine-tuned and
I'm tempted to ask you what the winning strategy will be, but go ahead, finish on your thought.
So when you look at your strategy, it's one that gave you money for the year 2022. If I tune it and make it better. If you have lost money, also look at, how did I invest in 2022 that I lost money? Should I in another education? Should I understand this market first so that in 2023 I can take advantage, because 2023 has its own challenges and also its own opportunity. That means if you don't know how to go, I think education is the first thing you should go for in this new year, because you don't want to do the same thing you did.
But what if I have stockbrokers that are doing this for me? Do I still need the education if all I just need to do is pay them and probably tell them to advise me?
Fine, I think that is a good question, and I would love most stockbroking firms to go into in the new year. Not just buying stock for your clients. You need to educate them while you are buying another stuff. For most of them, they just say buy and they buy united.
Yeah, because I mean, for some of us, we buy even on the app. You just check your phone and these are the available stocks. You just
if before you buy on your own, which is that made the market so dynamic, and I love it that you can buy your own. Do you know what you are buying? Why you are buying the stock? If you understand, that means you're already on the line. You know why you are buying the stock. You know what you are seeing in the company before you go in. That means you get little understand, but not just because Mr. A is buying it.
Okay.
You want to jump in because Mr. A is buying. You understand why you are buying the stock. So your source of fund is very, very important. Your time frame, how you want to stay in the market is very important. That's why I said, like I always say, that in any market, what is most important is what is the price. That is, price is king. You need to understand the price. Why is it here? What is the time? What the price is here? Okay, where is it going to be? If you understand that, price and time. Like I always say, we always be, the market.
The price and time dynamics.
Once you understand it too, we are good to go. Like what I just prepared this morning for, like how to use that time and momentum. I add momentum to it again so that you will know whether the stock will go up or not. Because if price is going up,
how will you know if a stock is going? If the price of a particular stock is going to go up? What are the things you look at?
That's why I tell people that for you to be a successful investor in the market, you must know how to confirm your fundamental and your technical analysis. You can't stand on one of this analysis and say you want to beat the market. For you to beat the market and be successful, you must combine the two. Because we know what is happening in the company fundamental, which is earnings, what is happening in the economy in terms of economic cycle. But not is the momentum of the people, the psychology of people that will tell you the market to go. Oh, if CBN adjusts another rate tomorrow, the people are going to react to it. You need to understand, okay. Oh,
and there's so many things to consider. You talk about sentiment, you talk about momentum, you talk about time, you talk about price.
Yeah.
So how do you learn all these things?
That's why knowledge is very key. That's why if you want to make money, is there anything that you do like you don't prepare for it? Doctor, before you submit yourself to a doctor.
For some persons, it's passive income.
Passive income. Okay, it's good. It's passive income. People can use this income to get to know you that is doing the income and this passive income. The good thing that are people that should have knowledge on what you are doing. That is the key thing. And this year, don't jump to the market without getting skill or getting knowledge of how the market, because once you understand it, not to combine what I just said, the fundamental and technical analysis, and know exactly where the market, because fundamental tell you that this company is good. It's good, but what price are you going to enter? What price are you going to exit? You'll be there. That's why you see buy and hold for me is not a strategy that investors should be good for. Go for consistent growth, strategy. Consistent growth strategy. You can go in and out. If you are looking at buy and hold, that stock will take you up, market will take you up with that stock. I'm still doing that because we are buying. But if I have a consistent growth strategy, I know when to take profit and when to come back to the market, because I'm watching, I'm looking at things. But if you are buying and holding and go and relax, I should just say it's passive income, passive source of income. You just buy and passive, you go and sleep now. People that understand the market will be pushing up money. Yeah, you'll be, when you come, your stock either it has gone to 20 naira before you come back to another 10 naira. Not because if you are doing that passive, you are not looking at it.
But what about, the dividend income, the dividend you've been taking and all that?
That's right. If dividend is enough for you, fine. But we that are traders want to combine the dividend and the capital appreciation so that we can be above those that are holding and buying and hold. So that is why I say you must. This year, as I said, either you are buy and hold investor or consistent growth strategy. That is what we need to be. Consistent growth strategy is key this year, because that is the only way. Because exactly what, like now, the master class are holding today is just for 90 days. For 90 days position, you know why you are buying those stocks. Look, go in and out. There's one project that I've taken for 1 year already. As at end of December, people are taking position for a whole 1 year for 2023. No, once they meet the target, they come out. No, these are the things. You understand why we are in the market, and time is very, very often, very, very important in equity investment. Now you can see that because of like 3 weeks now in Treasury B decline, you can see that people are leaving that space now to look the world of equity, because the time for you to make your dividend, I'll give you 2-digit yield in dividend, is shorter than to take Treasury B for a whole year to give me 9.20% for 364 days. Why I can get dividend for 10% in less than 4 months.
All right, very quickly, looking at 2023 now, what sectors should we be looking at first quarter now? Since you're an advocate of don't buy and hold, so let's look at this first quarter. What can we begin to do?
For me, for first quarter, I will say yes. There's a lot of challenges that will come with the year, which I agree with you. Uncertainties, mistrend, but there's a point to make the money. That's why as a trader now, what you do, you know factor that will drive the market between now and end of the first quarter, and which award the corporate earnings of this quarter that has December as year end. It will start coming from moment from now. As at last week, we saw many of the companies notifying the exchange or investor that they are close period and all those stuff. So you should enter your head that something is about to happen, and they're coming. If those are not paying dividend, because there are companies that have chosen that, I'll release my first audited account for fourth quarter and the year on January, then I can release the remaining balance or the audited one before the end of 31st March. Some companies look cool. I'm not going to release audited account for January. I will release audited for February. It comes with what corporate action. Now, the business period now, and don't forget that this is also the period of having the election. And if you look at the chart, what I wanted to tell you, look at our chart, go and check the previous year. Every pre-election year, you see market coming down. But in this year now, 2022, being pre-election year, market is again almost 20%. Something is behind it. And people say uncertainty is because this market structure has changed. Why? Before now, foreign investors dominated our market. And when this pre-election year, they start selling down to look at, let's see the outcome of these people. No, these are Nigerians. We are.
Let's see what happens first.
Before we come back.
Yeah.
But post-COVID-19, when they left, most people play the market are indigenous people, especially institutional investors, the PFAs, the fund managers, and all those stuff are the one playing the market. And the good is that the number of retail investors that have come to the market also are improving. It tells that education we are doing, others who are doing it, still bringing them back, because since they lost money in 2008, and all, most of them are still losing their wood and turning back from the market. Gradually they are coming back. That's why I say we need to do more education. Now they think that for the past 3 years now, I see market continuing up. Even pre-election year, people were surprised that even with all the heat here and there, but what's they call insecurity, people are still, because in the midst of crisis, there's opportunity. They just to sit down and say you can make money. And
I think it's knowledge, really, like you said.
It's knowledge. You have to have insight to what you are doing. If you don't understand, you'll be running. The day you run out, market start going up. You need to understand. Like I say, when I come back, to people that time, price, and momentum is very key in the market. They'll ask questions and explain to them. You need this trade to play the market, because once you know the price of it, because no matter what you are trading, it's the movement of the price that will give you money or not. You must know the right time to be in the market. You need to know if the market is going up, is the momentum strong, which we don't know, which you don't see with your physical eye. That's why I said when I sent our all consentement report to the public, they wonder how do you get 50% buy, 80% sell. It's because you are seeing only the price that the stockbroking firm or MSC released to you. They don't tell you activity behind that price.
Yeah.
And once you know that behind that price, you can take informed decision as well as an investor or trader. That's why this year I tell you that don't just enter the market the way you did that, especially if you have lost money. You need to improve your knowledge, and also that is what we know. But this year there's opportunity to make money, because I said it in one of the program here that we're supposed to expect financial market research, economic and political research. You can see these three and these things work together. You can't separate the economy from the politics. You can't separate the financial market from the economy and the politics. For me, we want this as a research in these three activities: financial market, economy, and politics. I tell you, Nigeria is not going to enter another dimension, either for good or for, I think it should be for good, because once we see that we are moving forward, it will attract foreign investors to come back to the market. And I believe that since we're seeing local investors coming back to the market gradually, once we get the election right, I expect to see also foreign investors coming in.
Let's see your chart.
Yes, we want to look at the year chart, because as we just said, we're looking at what happened in 2022. We want to look at the year chart to see the yearly chart. You can see this yearly chart here already. You see the 1, 2, 3. These are the white one. That means market was up. In 2020, we saw market about almost 50% up. In 2021, we saw about 6.7% up. But in 2022, so market going up about almost 20%, 19.98. That's almost 20% for you. For me, this trend is going to continue. But once you look at here also, when the market is going up, this line here represents volume. In 2020, so there's a huge volume. That more volume was equal with what we saw in 2021. But in 2022, we saw volume decline. You ask yourself why. Being electoral, inflationary environment, people are very cautious, but people don't want to spend. They want to look at where the market was. They look at what is happening, and their fund also, their purchase price also have dropped a little. That's why you don't see much volume. But the good is that as the volume is all declining, still market is looking up. Tell you that there are some individual stocks and sectors that are also supporting the market. That is hard to go. But I believe that what we've seen in 2022, 2021, and 2020 to the trend, and this trend is likely to continue, especially in the first quarter. Like I said, that despite the mixed trend we expect to see in 2023, the recovery we have seen so far will flow into January, and therefore it will be very volatile in January, because as we are seeing this company on the data account in January, people will moving from one stock to the other. They are selling, that volatility will be there. That means for you as an investor, target those companies that have done well in terms of their earnings are trending up. You are seeing a good momentum in the price or behind the price, and also the price is looking up. That is where you should be as an investor. Also look at the sector to invest. I'll tell you what are the factors going to support the company performance in that sector. We are end of fourth quarter. I just finished in December. That's end of the quarter, the festive period. Which companies will benefit from that festive period? As an investor, you need to know, okay, activities that happen in this period, despite there's no money in Nigeria, that people are complaining. There's something that people really, go out to do this period. They want to go for, look at how you're going to impact the companies that are involved, their earnings. Fine. And also the policy of changing currency, the design, rate hike. Who said so? The banking sector. Oh, now I say that crude local oil here, palm oil, the demand here is more than supply. The price will go. And also some African country or mature economy, also country that also into palm oil are slowing down in exporting their oil. It's another market for our own here. You look at power. Importance of power. Whether you have money or not, you need to pay. These guys will get money. Play around which sector. I know that the business money behind that sector of the companies are intact. That no matter what is happening, we're about to see good number for them. This is how we have to invest, because every investment is against the future. past performance does not guarantee all the, but if you can see what to impart the future performance of this company, that is where you should also go as an investor.
All right. In closing, I'd like to have your parting shot.
Yeah, for me,
as market resumes
tomorrow, for me, for those that are already in profit, take your profit. Then if you are yet to take position, I think this is the right time, because factors that will drive the market are there. Because the more you see the earnings that are, even though they are unaudited, but give insight to what's likely to be at the end of the year. But those that want to do their board meeting, I'll be around January 27, 28. It tells you that those companies are likely to release the result in February or before end of February, beginning of February or end of February. And that means you can know how to strategize where I should be, because you don't buy stock when others are buying. You be in a stock good when others are coming already in there. That's why you see early entry in a position. So that's why as a trader, you need to point a trend early and position, because they say trend is your friend. But personally, I believe that volume also is your friend, because as you are seeing entry and see volume increasing, so that people are taking more participation in that growth. You slow down. That means what will put the price up is there for you. That's why you need to watch. All
right. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us as always.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we've been speaking with Bruce Omodion, the Chief Research Officer at Investor Consulting. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we turn our attention to the economy and the presidential election coming up in 2023. Of course, we are in 2023. Stay with us. We'll be right back.